Before we get into the most bullish Bitcoin news I have heard all year, let's do a Bitcoin market update because it looks like our bearish scenario could be playing out. We're taking a look at the Bitcoin daily chart first. I did a live stream yesterday at about 10 a.m. PT covering what I thought was going to happen, and then I updated you guys with a YouTube short with price action. So this is our daily chart with Bitcoin. Right now, we are losing support here at about 57.4. Again, my next target is 54, and if that breaks, a swing wick low to approximately 48.4. Taking a look at market cipher, it looks like we are still falling with the RSI, with the MFI. The yellow VWAP is falling down a bit. It looks like the green cloud is starting to curve downwards, and the blue cloud is also headed downwards as well. We haven't printed a signal yet. Taking a look at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart is also indicating more downward action. You can see that we are falling downward. Now, looking at current price, we did have the swing wick high that hit 59.6. However, I said I needed to get above $60,000 for this to be valid, and we are nowhere near that right now. And the fact that we had this swing wick high, that tells me that a bunch of buyers and sellers are fighting to see where price is going to go, but it looks like the bears have taken control. Again, this bear scenario of touching 54 to approximately 48 would be invalidated if we can sustain 57 and get above this trend line at approximately $60,000. The 6-hour chart is also not looking great. So again, my prediction for the day is if we cannot sustain 57 or flip above $60,000, we're going to continue downward. We seem to not be getting to get above this trend line here, and that is a little bit concerning. Long term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Absolutely bullish on Bitcoin. However, I'm not going to tell you guys that price is going to go up today when I don't think it's going to go up today. Could I be wrong? 100%. But at the same time, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But let's go ahead and take a look at this Bitcoin story that is absolutely amazing, and it also might make me move. This story makes me so happy. Big shout out to the president of El Salvador. Volcano-powered Bitcoin city coming to El Salvador, says President Buchel. The initial development costs will be covered by Bitcoin-backed bonds, which may be issued in less than 2 months. I'm going to go ahead and read some excerpts from the article and then kind of summarize to you guys what is happening, because there's some key pieces here that are immensely important. So, in brief, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele announced plans to build a Bitcoin city in eastern El Salvador. Initial funding for project will be met through the issuance of billion-dollar Bitcoin-backed bonds in 2022. The city will be entirely powered by local geothermal energy, hence volcanoes. And then some other key information over here. It will be a tax-free except for value-added tax, VAT, said Buchele. Invest here and make all the money you want. This is a fully ecological city that works and is energized by a volcano. Half of the money raised through VAT will be used to pay off the bonds issued to fund the city's startup costs, while the other half would be used to fund public services, said Buchele, who said 300,000 Bitcoins will be needed to complete the city's infrastructure. A lot of information going here. So, as you know, Bitcoin was added as legal tender in El Salvador about a couple months ago, which is absolutely amazing. And there's a lot of people that are saying Bitcoin is bad for the environment. However, the president of El Salvador said, nope, that's not true. We're going to go ahead and mine Bitcoin safely using 100% geothermal energy with volcanoes. Next, he said to pay for this city, which is going to cost 300,000 Bitcoins, which is a lot of money, a lot of money in USD. They're actually going to be doing so, raising it through this mining, which is absolutely amazing. And he also said, invest here and make all the money you want. This is outstanding. He knows how to create a budget and to also pay it back, which cannot be said for the United States. I think that this is a great idea. I'm really excited to see how it will play out. And I also like that they're going to be using some of the funds to fund public services. It isn't stated in the article what public services those are, but at the end of the day, you guys, this is actually positive. This is bullish. And I think that a lot of other countries are probably going to follow suit, especially if this Bitcoin city in El Salvador does what President Buchele said it was going to do. Let's get into our next story. This week on crypto Twitter, Ethereum gas riots after ConstitutionDAO loses the bid. So there's a lot of information here. ConstitutionDAO, basically what happened was a bunch of people wanted to go ahead and purchase the United States Constitution, but a billionaire went ahead and outbid them by like $1 or something ridiculous. However, the key piece here is this gentleman here, Zushu. Yes, I have abandoned Ethereum despite supporting it in the past. Yes, Ethereum has abandoned its users despite of supporting them in the past. The idea of sitting around watching the burn and sorting purity tests while zero newcomers can afford the chain is gross. So this guy has got a lot of money. He invests in a lot of different things, and he's very well respected on crypto Twitter. I understand his concerns, and I do have an issue with Ethereum. However, I wouldn't necessarily abandon the chain myself. I'm heavily invested in Ethereum. I'm also invested in Avalanche. Now, I bought some, you guys, and Solana. Not as much as I am in Ethereum. But at the same time, there's solutions for Ethereum like Matic, Polygon. Yes, I know it's not the same as Ethereum, and I know a lot of people are very frustrated because the gas costs are a real barrier to entry. However, there are other chains that can kind of compete with Ethereum. I agreed with him to an extent, but then again, I do not. Because Ethereum does have a valid utility, and if Ethereum fails, then all the projects built on top of Ethereum are going to fail as well. So we don't want to wish negative on anyone, but at the same time, it is important to know and kind of follow the money and see what folks are doing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart now. This is our Ethereum daily chart, and it looks like we are in a little bit of trouble here. So we created that high that occurred at about $4,900. I almost had $49,000, which I wish. But anyways, we have fallen a bit. We were pinching the upper part of the Bollinger Band almost this whole entire move up from the bottom area at $2,800. Could we see $2,800? I think $3,200 would be more likely, but I'm not calling that low yet. Taking a look at our indicators, MACD is falling, RSI is falling, stochastic looks like it wants a bear cross and head down. We're also testing the EMA 50 at about $4,200, $4,100 here. Again, I would need to see us kind of get back above $4,400, which is that swing wick high that occurred back on May 12th. Right now, it's really not looking likely as we are in a obvious downtrend here. Should you buy the dip on Ethereum? If you want to buy the dip, it's up to you. If you like Ethereum, if you like what they're doing, great. I think it is a good idea to diversify and have a little bit of Ethereum at least. But again, there's other projects like Solana, like Avalanche, like polkadot. Sys is coming out with a lot of really great stuff. I think IOTA is too, that are kind of Ethereum competitors. So maybe consider diversifying in some of that stuff, maybe even HBAR. But at the same time, Ethereum is in a downtrend. It could be because of that gentleman's tweet. However, we don't know for sure because we don't know what the whales are doing. But taking a look at the 12-hour chart is also giving me some kind of bearish vibes. We may actually bottom out at about $3,800. That's where the support is of the EMA 200. And taking a look at our beautiful 4-hour chart where it looks like we want to rebound. Again, I would need to see us kind of flip above 4,400 to really get the party started. Let's actually now, while I've got your guys' attention, let's take a look at Avalanche and see what she is doing because we talked about it on the show. So I bought the dip yesterday at about $130, whatever. I didn't buy a whole lot of Avalanche, but I bought a little bit. I wanted some skin in the game. And it looks like she is ready to retest and flip about $145 here. If that happens, where are we going to go? Let's go ahead and pull our Fibonacci extensions. Shout out to Tyler, another crypto YouTuber. I think he calls these Fibonacci extensions, which is hilarious. But the next target would probably be 164 to approximately 182. And I really think that we would have no issue hitting about $230 with Avalanche just because she's on such a chair. A lot of people are building on Avalanche. They're using Time. They're using Spell. They're using Joe, the decentralized exchange. So there's a lot of development going on Avalanche, but we all know that sometimes this stuff, the hype ends up buying down. So as always, create moonbags. That's just my personal opinion. But let's talk about this next story. This one is important. Nas and the Chainsmokers joined 55 million raised in NFT music platform Royal. Royal lets artists raise money from their fans through NFT sales. Fans can be eligible for future royalties. That is passive income if the artist says it's okay and they can utilize smart contracts. And Royal raised a 16 million seed round early this year. NFTs have mass potential in the metaverse for GameFi, play to earn. But I really want to focus on the main use case here, and this is NFTs for artists, that they can go ahead and sell their music, sell their content, instead of having to go through these oppressive third parties like the record industries. They also have merchandising companies, licensing companies that completely take from these guys. I love this idea, and I love NFTs for this. Yes, you can always right click a picture, steal from somebody, but why would you want to do that instead of actually supporting an artist? We love music. I love Music Men. Absolutely adore them. And I love music. I grew up around this stuff. I lived in Hollywood. So it just makes me so happy to see all of these young creators actually get to benefit from NFTs. So anyways, you guys, I think this is outstanding. If you're an artist watching this, I highly recommend creating NFTs and kind of capitalizing on that, and also letting your fans crowdfund you and to support you. And if you don't create an NFT, you might not be able to reach a global market, and you can pretty much do that with NFTs and list them on platforms like Curate and OpenSea, Rarible, whatever it is. Let's talk a little bit about 1inch Network. 1inch Network is a distributed network for decentralized protocols on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and more. And they enable the most lucrative and protected operations in DeFi. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual decentralized exchange. All right, so this is the 1inch DEX, and they have a lot of different networks that you can utilize. So they have Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Optimism, and Arbitrum, which is great because everything is on one site, makes things easy. In order to use it, all you need to do is to connect your wallet, and it will give you all of these different options. However, make sure you choose the correct network. And after that, you need to go ahead and choose the wallet. One thing I want to say is I do like the fact that they make you accept the terms and service and privacy policy so you actually understand how this works and what information is at risk, plus positive OPSEC. And pretty much what they do is they allow you to swap all of these networks, or you can go ahead and place a limit order, which allows you to go ahead and purchase different cryptocurrencies at different prices, all while holding on to your own private keys, which I absolutely love. And 1inch is probably a go-to for me anytime I want to swap, just because their fees are so low.